Astronauts to the moon.
10, 9, ignition sequence start. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2.
Welcome to reality.
What's going on, everyone? It's Jeranism back with another video for you today. A video I didn't think I'd have to make, but I'm happy to answer the questions asked by Jesse Spots concerning the video, There Are No Forests on Flat Earth. So let's hear Jesse out here. He seems pretty flustered about something. And as always, I'll be speaking for myself. I do not speak for Bob or anyone else that he's calling out. This is my response, so go ahead, Jesse. Get it out of your system.
So this is going to be one of the quickest videos that I've ever done. This was a request. People said, Jesse, the entire flat earth movement is being saturated by a question about this specific video. We watch it, we like it, there's a weird feeling, we don't really know what's going on. Do you see anything strange? And of course I see something strange. But I've been ostracized from certain groups. I'm like the controversial flat earther. So let me just keep on with that reputation. And I'm going to call out everybody's favorite, Jaron of Jeranism. Again, Mark Sargent, Lori Frary, and even people like Wakey Wakey. You guys are not just sharing a link to this one specific video. You are mirroring this video and you're putting it in everybody's face and saying the flat earth movement needs to become about this new exciting concept.
Erroneous! Erroneous! Erroneous on both counts.
First thing you said, Jesse, was that I mirrored it on my channel. We're looking at my channel list of videos now. Do you see it mirrored? Didn't think so. If you're talking about the Globebusters channel, I don't run that channel, Bob does. And if Bob mirrored it, I do have the ability to tell him or even go in myself and take it down. But I don't have a problem with the video being shared because I think it has some interesting information. Now, on your next claim that we are saying or somebody said, and I'd like to know, because if anybody said this, then I would like to talk to them myself. Who said the flat earth movement needs to become about this new exciting concept? That's what you said.
Saying the flat earth movement needs to become about this new exciting concept.
So Jesse, do tell, who said that? Let's listen first to what I said on Globebusters on Sunday. I would hope people would be smart enough to look at information presented, take from it what resonates with you, what settles with your idea of reality, and to dump everything else. And that's how I address everything. So I don't ever look at anybody and say, oh, this person's a shill, and are they trying to mislead me? Because I'm not an idiot. I can watch somebody's video talking about this tree video. There's, 70% of that video that I might agree with on some end, and there might be 30% that I disagree with. I don't then jump to the conclusion that the person presenting the video is a shill and that he's trying to get me confused and gone down the wrong path. If I go down the wrong path, I have nobody to blame but myself. It means that I have accepted something without evidence and moved forward with it without sufficiently proving to myself that that is true. I don't even care if Eric Dubé is an agent. It doesn't matter to me, because when I watch his videos, I pull away from that a lot of things that resonate with me, that make sense to me, and there's some things that maybe don't. All right, and what about Bob?
But it's called There Are No Forests on Flat Earth, and basically the background behind it is he is making assertions. And by the way, before I go into this, I want to make perfectly clear to everyone out there.
Jesse, perhaps you did not know that you're included in that everyone out there. That's like to everyone.
That we are not promoting this as the truth. We simply find it an incredibly compelling take on this particular phenomenon.
So needless to say, neither one of us said anything close to it needs to become the hottest topic and we need to move the flat earth in that direction. Therefore, not sure where your claim comes from, but let's move on. Go ahead and continue.
Well, let's just check in with each other. Last I checked, we had Neil deGrasse Tyson cornered.
True.
We had the entire field of astrophysics cornered.
True.
So, Jaron, Why are you trying to all of a sudden spring a leak with the field of geology?
Untrue.
Where now you can have a team of geologists just walk in with just a couple of newspapers and a couple of articles online or even on television saying if the flat earthers believe this thing about geology.
Jesse, you do realize we're flat earthers, right? You really think that's going to be the straw that broke the camel's back? The Devil's Tower looks like a tree. Everything else will be accepted, just not that. Yeah, so I think that the Earth is flat. Okay. I think the sun is small and very close. Okay. I think that stars are like a few miles away. Okay. And I also think that Devil's Tower is a tree. Devil's Tower is a tree. People already think that we are nut jobs. And guess what? I don't care. Because the Earth isn't a globe. 100 billion people have lived here, and no one has ever felt a spin. Or a change in direction. Nothing. 2.2 billion miles per year is make-believe. A sun 1,000 times the size of the Earth is pretend. No one's ever felt a wobble or a tilt or an orientation change. There is no proof that you can live on a ball. It's all just words. Nothing more. It's not repeatable, so it's not science. I'm simply not scared. And a basalt tower, being either ancient lava or petrified tree, is not going to make a difference. Relax.
Well, we have simple, repeatable, observable science that shows you for a fact that they're all nut jobs. Don't believe anything that they've done thus far. Why?
You know, Jesse, you remind me exactly of the 9/11 truthers who said, get that flat earth out of here because you're going to ruin our good work, our good, perfect truth. Truth is truth, bro. It is what it is. And if you're not able to recognize it, I don't know what to tell you. I mean, we have astrophysicists already saying those exact things. What is the difference? People are going to respect the geologists more than they're going to respect Neil deGrasse?
Well, we have simple, repeatable, observable science that shows you for a fact that they're all nut jobs. Don't believe anything that they've done thus far. Why?
Oh, do they have that kit? The 500 million year molten basalt to 1,500 feet tower do-it-yourself kit? Oh, shoot. You can't be so fearful. I say bring the geologists. What are they going to do? Maybe I'm just different, but I say bring them on. Doesn't matter who it is. If they want to put it in the news, do it.
There are a group of people that absolutely and honestly believe in 2016, the Earth is flat. The Earth is flat.
Yeah, the microphone, the seat,
Yeah.
it's all ready for
It's all
like
ready for
somebody to
just
come
in
in.
case
so
somebody comes
just
in.
in case.
Just in case. We never know.
All right. Well,
I was watching some videos over the weekend that were preposterous.
Yeah.
There are so many conspiracy theories and whatnot around that you can't even keep track of them. This one blew my mind. The Earth is flat. Have you heard the flat earther people that believe the Earth is flat?
this is a deep failure of our educational system.
Thank you.
I've stopped chasing after people with those belief systems because I don't see the point.
Why? Why would you abandon the astrophysics angle and open it up to the geologists who had nothing to do with this debate beforehand? Entire fields and departments of geology now have a foothold in the flat earth movement where they never did before.
I actually didn't abandon anything. I didn't hand out footholds, as you seem to be doing either. But I actually don't care who it is that comes along and measures the Earth. Why are you trying to hide it? Chemists will come and they'll get no curvature. NBA referees will come and get no curvature. Geologists will measure no curvature. There's no curve. Relax, Mr. Spots. Did you do any research at all on these accusations or the stump at Devil's Tower? This is how they say Devil's Tower came to be. I don't know about you, but I'm calling bullshit. These are pictures of lava. The going geological truth is that that is basalt lava, and there's no volcanoes anywhere near there. So we came out after the video and said, hey, this guy made a great point. It certainly looks more like a tree than it does lava. End of story. It's not going to discredit anything, especially the truth. And nobody opened this up to anybody, Jesse. It's not the way it works. You know, now that you mention it too, I'm thinking back to just these last couple days, and I even myself ventured into the Marina Joyce incident. And in looking at it, I never once thought, oh, Jesse is delving into this crazy conspiracy. He's going to hurt the Flat Earth movement. You know why I didn't think that? Because the Flat Earth movement is truth. You can't hurt it.
Entire fields and departments of geology now have a foothold in the Flat Earth movement where they never did before.
Says who? Says who, Jesse? Are you in charge of handing out footholds into the Flat Earth movement? To come out and make this video, Jesse, tell me what you thought was going to happen. Did you think that the geologists were going to step in, point out that the tree was actually lava, and then the Flat Earth movement was done? That everyone's going to go back to living on a globe and it's over?
Is this part of some sort of mockingbird project that we're going to see repeated, echoed out in the media?
Here we go. I just had to hear about this the other day when I listened to your phone conversation with Lee. Let's bring that into it, since another CIA mockingbird psyop trap that you've set for yourself, I guess.
But there was this article where I felt it was some sort of CIA mockingbird psyop to try to psych me out. Is they published me in an article with Jeran, because Jeran was used as like a terrorist organization or something. You know, I don't know if you saw this, but they called Jeran's.
How recent was it?
This was around Christmas. This is when the cracks the cracks started to show, because let's see.
Let me explain it quickly. There was a guy up in Canada who had emailed me about having a boat, and that he wrote my name all over it and was going to stick it at the end of his street and get people to call and complain, and then they would come get him. And I said, don't do that. It has my name on it. He said, no, don't worry about it. It's under my name. They'll call me. I just want to get you guys some attention. I'm going to put Globebusters on it and put it at the end of my street. So the guy, after about a week, emails me back and says, nobody complained, so I'm going to go get it and move it to a mall parking lot. I'm like, what are you doing? You're crazy. That was the end of the story. Next thing you know, it's in the mall parking lot. People are reporting on it, as news reporters are known to do. And then somebody wrote an article about it. And then they went to your video and got quotes directly from you. And in fact, your video was pretty good, warning people that, hey, they could try and use this in a way that makes people look like we're terrorists. Excellent points, but none of that ever happened. It was a news story, it came and went.
This article came out, and it was notable because it was before the Guardian published Flat Earth. It was one of the first big internet stories. It was raw story, and it was clearly a psyop.
Clearly a psyop? How do you say that 7 months later? It was a news story, Jesse. It was a news story that quoted you from a video you made.
But they only mentioned a few names, and it was Jeran, and he was mentioned as a religious cult called Jeranism. It's a new cult where people believe all types of things, and they wouldn't directly mention that the Earth was flat.
Jesse, the title of the article was Police Determine Flat Earthers Tinfoil Wrapped Boat Isn't a Bomb. Then it says people left the boat wrapped in graffiti, promoting Jeranism, a belief system that rejects conventional science and promotes the idea that the Earth is flat. So I'm not really sure where you get that they didn't mention flat Earth. This is the raw story article right here. So not exactly sure where you got that part.
But people were turning to this new religion called Jeranism, and then they called me a transhumanist activist or something like that. And it was that boat. It was the Globebusters boat that was parked in a mall parking lot, and there was like scrawled mad handwriting that said, "Open up your mind. There's truth inside." And so I was like, well, this is how they're going to do it. They're trying to Pavlov condition the flat Earth with terrorism.
There was a boat found in a mall parking lot that had Jeranism and Globebusters.com scrawled on the side of it. Seems that no matter how many times I talk about patterns and these tactics, people just don't take to thinking in a nuanced way of how this could be framed into a narrative. Right now, people seem to be celebrating this as a victory, that flat Earth is spreading and any publicity is good publicity. It's hard to say right now because this isn't a pattern yet. This is a single instance. So we've been talking about the Hegelian dialectic and Pavlovian pattern response. You create contrast, you create a dialectic, and then you start to create a pattern. So right now we have hints of contrast.
And what would you say now, Jesse, after 7 months? Was there other incidents, or was it a one-off incident? You tell me. You described it as a psyop like a week or two ago.
All right, so we're playing the flat earthers as crazed conspiracy theorists. A person has scrawled messages on the side of a boat. There's even a bloody handprint and the message, "Open your mind, there's truth inside," on the boat. Jeranism cannot be blamed for this instance. It is exciting because it's this random story, but it has PSYOP written all over it. This instance has PSYOP written all over it, and what you should be doing, in my opinion, is get your antennas up and say, this could be part of a larger pattern. Or is it simply that everybody is so craven for a new story, and people like Jaron are, recommending everybody get lit, and just forget about their problems and forget about the organized crime and MK Ultra that is rampant in this world, in this community?
So my question is, who suggested that you get lit and then make this crap video full of assumptions and accusations and no proof? So tell me what the problem is with marijuana. You've obviously got some sort of a personal issue with it. Seems to bug you a lot. I would like to know what that is. And since I'm craving for a new story and I'm recommending to people that they go get lit and forget their problems. Actually, Jesse, you should back up your accusation there. Show me one time, just once, where I've ever said to anyone, go get lit and forget your problems. Since you like to throw claims around. And then you should listen to a little bit of research as far as marijuana goes, especially if you're an MK Ultra researcher. Because I know the Hampstead case, the whistleblower children, Gabrielle and Elisa, who were subjected to generational ritual satanic abuse, they were threatened to never say a word, and they went years and years and never mentioned it to their mom at all. And then, when their diet changed, just one thing, after a few months, they started to release some of this information, and the one thing that changed in their diet was hemp seeds. They started to have hemp seed breakfast shakes and milkshakes, and before you knew it, that's what opened up their mind to the point where they were able to disclose the information that was needed to get them out of that situation. And so that fake joint you keep puffing on and then acting as if it's heroin, it could protect people from constant mind-controlled propaganda from everything from the TV to education. So don't think you should make it out to be such a terrible, terrible thing, although I'm sure you're very high and mighty.
You say in your book that mind-control slaves were permitted any drug except marijuana. Why? It's an excellent question. The effects of marijuana on the brain are not conducive to mind control.
It doesn't mean you can't be traumatized and put under mind control. It just means it screws up the programming.
Because it actually opens neuron pathways in the brain. It expands thought. I'm not going to stand here and speak pro-marijuana because...
No, because somebody be putting it in my car and popping me for it.
But I am anti-marijuana because we see all these ads on TV and everything, and even Dole and Clinton in their campaigns are saying, what's it Dole said, guns, violence, and marijuana, as if it's so violent, because it is not conducive to mind control. They want it off the streets more than they want their drugs, like cocaine, off the street. Marijuana is especially targeted. I don't promote the use of marijuana as a Band-Aid for mind control because, again, knowledge is our only defense against it.
Kathy, can I ask you a question about marijuana? Everybody loves the part of your talk where you mentioned cannabis is one of the only substances that they feared would go against the programming. Do you ever think we'll see it legal? in this country, on this planet?
Yes.
And if so, why would they allow for that to happen? I mean, it's such a powerful...
There's no question, because it's up to the people. People are doing a peaceful Gandhian non-compliance and living free anyway, and they're not following the social engineering the way that they used to. They're starting to wake up, and with that awareness that they have, they're starting to make changes in the world and in their own personal lives, you know. And if they choose to open the neuron pathways in their brain and expand their thinking with herb, then that's their choice. And I really think that freedom of choice is coming back in. It's time.
I agree.
It's time for freedom.
A lot of people think it's illegal not because of, you know, all the dangers it has, but because of that property involved with it, that it does have that mind expanding capability.
Yeah,
we're at the parking lot.
Smoking herb is not going to necessarily keep someone from torturing you, or even for laying out a mind control programming. What it does is it destroys the program continuity. That's the reason that so many of our boys were killed in Vietnam. The North Vietnamese made sure that they had lots and lots and lots of marijuana. And of course, they don't fight. I mean, if you're smoking, you're not in the mood for fighting.
Sure, right.
So that's how we knew about it then. And we also know that the powers that are at hand now are acutely aware that socializing through social engineering, using TV, the other forms of media, including Hollywood, they know it really doesn't work if somebody is smoking herb.
Mm-hmm.
So that's, shame on them, because we found that so many useful things about it.
Medical-wise and peace-wise.
It cures cancer. You know, it does so many things.
More. It does so much, and that can't be repressed any further. The pharmaceutical companies want it repressed. The people that want control of the minds of the masses want it repressed. But that's old thinking. It's over.
Sure.
You know, people are reclaiming their strength of spirit and reclaiming their freedoms.
Absolutely. And what do you think about those people that don't buy your story? Does that not bother you?
Not in the least. Truth never goes away, and it's like a seed planted. It is going to blossom and come to fruition, because it's everywhere around us. There's so many aspects of society, and once people's eyes are open to truth, even if they don't want to see it, they're going to start seeing it around them. So no, that doesn't worry me in the least. It's not important that they know my truth. It's important that they know their own, and everybody's on their own learning path. They're going to get the truth. They're going to find out.
Sure. I'm not going to keep quiet about this any longer. I don't care if you have cliques of 5 or cliques of 8 people hanging out and smoking pot and talking about trees, okay? These people just handed the flat earth movement over to geologists, where it had been something the astrophysicists would have had to have dealt with.
I'm confused. What are you not going to keep quiet about? Sorry, I'm hanging over here with my clique of 9. We were just hanging out talking about bushes and how we're going to hand off the flat earths to some geologists, because that's how we roll. Honestly, Jesse, I don't even know what you're talking about. What are you so afraid of? What is scary here? Who cares? Nobody handed off anything to anyone. Some people are watching some YouTube video about trees, dude. That's it. This isn't a big deal. It's kind of ridiculous.
That's what they did. They just conceded your entire movement, and I had nothing to do with it. So thank you, Jaron.
Oh, you're welcome, Jesse. Don't mention it.
And thank you, Mark Sargent. Thank you, Lori Frary. Thank you, everybody who wants to be enlightened and smoke a little pot and learn something new.
I'm not really interested in being like the cool kids. Like the cool kids.
All right, so I laid out these accusations, Jesse, and let's see how you did. Number 1, mirroring the tree video, which I didn't do, so that gets a big X. Number 2, Flat Earth must become about this cool new concept. Yeah, nobody said that, so that's another X. Number 3, trying to spring a leak with geology team. No idea what that means. Nobody's trying to spring any leaks, so that's 3 X's. Abandoned astrophysics angle. I don't know who did that. I don't know what you mean by that. How did we abandon it? Was this like in writing? Or I'm confused. Number 5, open up geological angle. Well, if I did that, I didn't even know how to do it, so I don't think I did that, though. Number 6, giving footholds into Flat Earth. Yeah, I didn't give any footholds out. I don't even know how to do that, so that one's off. Number 7, Mockingbird MK Ultra operation, which it was not, just like the boat was not. And let's go to the next one. Number 8, telling everyone to get lit. Never done it. Asking you to prove your assertion, but I don't think you can. Number 9, forget about your problems. Yeah, I always tell people forget about their problems. No, actually it's a joke. I never have told anybody that, so please show me where I did. Number 10, forget crimes in MK Ultra. Now that one no, I'm just kidding. I didn't say that one either. And number 11, we conceded the flat Earth. All right, Jesse, I have no idea where this video came from. Seemed like a bunch of nonsense to me that you would make the one you did, but I did watch it over again, your video start to finish, and you went 0 for 11 on your accusations. So I was thinking that an apology is probably in order. That's up to you. I don't know how you work or how you operate. I would never give an apology to somebody who didn't deserve it, but I would always give an apology to someone that did deserve it. So just letting you know, you can just message me on my channel, or my email is jeranism@yahoo. However you want to go about that, or if you don't, that's fine too. But just putting the option out there for you. Certainly seems like it would be in call for this particular situation. But I don't know. And everyone else, just remember that once you choose the road less traveled, which is the road to truth, be prepared for some bumps along the road. Be prepared to hit some obstacles, lose some friends, broken relationships. It is what it is, but that's just because maybe they're still stuck in their programming or can't quite see clearly. Makes no sense to fight within when there's a mountain of people to fight without. So take care of each other, don't lie to each other, and do me a favor, open up your minds. There's truth inside. Till next time, this has been Jeranism, answering some crazy accusations from Jesse Spots, believe it or not. Till next time.
They
Peace.
even talk like us. Walk like us. But they are not